So this is what happens when your ramps are ran over by at least 5 people at highway speeds. As you can see, they are significantly messed up. And yes, that is the technical term. This one on the right obviously was hit more times than the one on the left. It's horribly mangled, and it's even got a twist in it. And these are heavy ramps. They're probably right around 60 pounds. So it's not a trivial matter to run one of these things over. And I kind of tell you exactly what happened. We were transporting the trailer. This is actually a friend's trailer that I've got sitting on right now. We're coming off of a side road, and we're in the median to cross over the highway. And then as we merged onto the highway, cut the corner pretty tight and went over a dip on the side of the road. And the wheel caught, bounced the trailer up. The ramps came loose and bounced onto the highway, both of them, which is kind of an incredible feat in itself. When we were driving along and someone came alongside of us and motioned to us that we had lost our ramps, the next turnoff was pretty much a mile down the road. And so we had to turn around, merge back onto the highway, and come back to the location where these fell off. And keep in mind that it was pretty busy that day, so it took a few minutes to get merged back on the highway, drive the mile north. And by that time we got there, and the ramps had already been run over several times. Of course, the cops were called, we were questioned, and insurance covered the damages, which is primarily flat tires. So we took responsibility in that regard. But I still have the problem of these ramps being horribly mangled. Without them, I can't use my trailer. See if we can find someone to fabricate a new set of ramps. We're hoping to design them like this set right here, which is the set that my friend uses, and the set that I happen to have to borrow every time I want to use my trailer, which is quite annoying. So I'm hoping that soon I could get another set fabricated. So I like this design better. It's got the angle iron all the way down it, so the tires, when I'm loading the vehicle, can actually get some traction on that, versus the flat steel piece right here, which if the tire either doesn't have any tread, or if it happens to be rainy or cold, it doesn't grip very well, and it's harder to drive the vehicle up the ramps. I'll kind of outline the process of designing this new set as we go along here. So that's kind of the project we're looking at next. Alright, so we were able to go ahead and pick up the angle iron we needed to start this ramp project. We got 8 of these, 8 6-foot sections that we'll go ahead and we'll use 2 of them for the whole entire length of the ramp, and then the other sections we'll cut them up and use them to support the ramp for the car to drive up on. And then we'll have to do that twice. So 4 6-foot lengths for the sides of the 2, and the rest will be used for the angle iron supports. So we've got a guy that's gonna help us out with that. So we're gonna take it into him and get it all welded together, and it should end up with a really nice set of new ramps for the trailer.
of F&M are safe, secure, and convenient way to replace your paper statements, and there's no worry about the statements disappearing from your mailbox. Talk to one of our customer service representatives about all the
StateClubWholesale.com. We're here in Wisconsin. Esther Weeder, local owners of the Blue Line Sports Bar and Grills. And I understand you've got a couple of reasons to...
So it's been a few months since I picked up the material to make these ramps. My buddy, who knows how to weld, finally got him to get around to putting these together for me. They ended up being pretty heavy duty. They are a bit warped, but they're definitely much more heavy duty than my original set of ramps. So it doesn't have to be pretty. They'll definitely get the job done. This weekend I'll probably have them painted along with the trailer, and hopefully soon we'll get a chance to test them out and see how they hold together. I think he did a pretty decent job, and they feel extremely solid, so I don't think we'll have any issues whatsoever. Pretty excited to finally have ramps for my trailer again, so now I don't have to go off and borrow my buddies every time we need to go pick up a car or something like that. So we'll check them out soon, and I'm really excited and hope that they work out well for me.
Now let me see if you're lined up. Towards that wheel, well, just a little bit. You'll be fine though. Good.
So we got a fresh coat of paint all over the trailer. Got black for the actual trailer, and then some silver paint for the rims. So it's just spray paint, so it's nothing spectacular, but it gets the job done, and it looks halfway decent after it's done. One thing I wanted to show is after we put this together, is we had to cut, like, the gap there wasn't big enough, so we had to cut those notches out so that they'll actually rest in that groove properly. They were too tight before, and so they were binding up, so you couldn't slide them to the left or to the right, and even to the point where when you placed them down, they would hover just slightly above the ground at the very end. The last thing we got is we have a much better strap that won't break when driving down the road. Not that there's any likelihood of these jumping out. They do weigh nearly 100 pounds a piece, I think. But yeah, hopefully these will work and actually last for quite a while, and we shouldn't have them jumping out and risking motorists this time around.